CMP's software program and the meters is to blame. But lawyers say it could be months before Cumberland County Superior Court certifies the class action. As for Bennett, she's thankful her new meter appears to be working correctly for now and is optimistic for those who joined the lawsuit and overpaid more than she did.
Hopefully that will affect a positive outcome.
Now, CMP spokesperson Gail Rice says the timing of the litigation is peculiar given the ongoing investigation by the Public Utilities Commission. Rice goes on to say, quote, while we understand class action lawsuits are motivated to aggressively pursue claims and related legal fees, we hope all of our customers understand the PUC's role under Maine law. The PUC is the body specifically charged with ensuring fair, accurate electric bills for all customers, end quote.
So where are we now with this PUC investigation, and when can we expect answers? Here's a timeline. This all started last October when a powerful windstorm knocked out power to hundreds of thousands of customers. Between November and January of this year, customers started to reach out to CMP and us, saying they were absolutely shocked by their power bills. Now, in March, the Public Utilities Commission announced it would take the customer's case, but CMP customers may be footing the bill for their investigation. Now, by April, CMP was ready to tell the media that its independent investigation hadn't uncovered any wrongdoing, but the PUC moves forward in May, hiring an independent consultant, and July has been busy. The legislature votes to allow CMP to pay for the investigation, which the PUC decided to expand, and today the class action lawsuit is filed. So now let's take a look ahead. In October, the PUC tells us it should be ready to release the initial report, and in December or January, the PUC may announce that final ruling.
So we know lots of you want more information about CMP and its ongoing investigation. You can see the full timeline and see a whole bunch of other stories as well. Just open up our mobile app and select the CMP investigation tile.
All right, I was actually able to give the air conditioning a break this morning because it was cooler out there.
We joke a lot about Mainers,
yeah.
right? Like, somebody's going to complain about something. Either you're too cold or you're too hot. Nobody could complain about today.
It was
Keith,
beautiful.
please tell me nobody. Like, there was nothing to complain about today.
I complain about working with you today, but is that like a different...
I meant weather-wise.
That's every day.
Not that.
It's a different category. Okay, no, you're right. I mean, today was gorgeous. It was pretty much a 10 out of a 10, I think. It was 78 in Portland, 79 in Wiscasset, almost no humidity, ton of sunshine. So, yeah, just beautiful day. We'll have a couple of these coming up, so enjoy it. Current temperatures in the mid-70s. Bit of a sea breeze, Rockland, Bar Harbor dropping back down into the 70s. But remember, when the water gets warmer, the gradient isn't as strong between the ocean and warming inland locations. So you're not going to see those sea breezes be quite as nasty in the middle part of the summer and late part of the summer. Dew points in the 40s and 50s, so really crisp air. Nice, clean satellite. Quick moving atmosphere here. Look at those high, thin cirrus clouds rolling on through. Tonight we'll be on the cool side. Temperatures in the 50s along the coastline, 40s in the mountains. We had some pretty huge diurnal temperature changes between overnight lows and daytime highs today, all the way from about 40 to 80 over northern Maine. We'll do it again tomorrow. Guys, the pattern change, though, still on for next week, which means a tropical air mass. We'll talk details about that in a few minutes.
A heartrending sight. Thousands of police officers lining the streets of Hanover, Massachusetts to pay respects to fallen Weymouth officer Sergeant Michael Chestnut. Chestnut was killed on Sunday. If you are lucky enough to get to retire from work someday, you may choose to travel and do some things you've always wanted to do.
One man from North Carolina just completed his dream adventure, and he did so right here in our state of Maine, and his journey was at times a challenge, both physically and emotionally.
Well, it's hard to put it into words since I wanted to do it so long, but just, a huge feeling of accomplishment, obviously.
Roderick Golding has wanted to hike the Appalachian Trail since he was a Boy Scout. After a 28-year career with the Charlotte, North Carolina Police Department, the 51-year-old retired and 5 months ago set out on the 2,200-mile trek. He carried a thin blue line flag with him with the names of the 8 people from his department lost in the line of duty during his career.
I just wanted to honor their memory by purchasing a thin blue line flag and writing their names on that flag, just to, acknowledge that not everyone in law enforcement makes it to retirement. And I don't know if those guys were in the outdoors or if they ever had you know, a big adventure plan, but, you know, they never got that opportunity.
Throughout the hike, some days were better than others. Golding says he found the strength to go on from his fallen brothers.
I never really thought about quitting, but there were days when I was uncomfortable, so to speak, as far as weather-wise, or might have some little physical agony bother me. And, you know, I would just think about those guys and think about their families and just think, you know, all the discomfort and pain that I was going through, it was nothing compared to the emotional trauma that those families had to go through when they lost their loved ones. And that just kind of gave me inspiration to keep going.
Now, when I asked Roderick what he was going to do next, he said, quote, well, you'd think after 5 months in the woods I'd have an answer, but right now, I have no idea.
Best of luck to him.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is pretty icky, but you have to see it. It's the carcass of a sea creature that washed up on the shores of Higgins Beach. We have an interesting poll going on today. What do you think this thing is? A shark, a whale, a white walker, a dragon? Go to pulse.newscentermaine.com to vote.
This was the debate in the newsroom today. And what do you think of Time Magazine's new cover? We're talking about it right now on our Facebook and YouTube live stream, so come on over and join the convo. Is that morph? Yeah. Alrighty.
Sorry about the no sound, everybody.
All right, kids, so you can hear us now.
How's everybody doing today? It was much cooler out there this morning to start.
It was so nice. It was perfect. Perfect. Cool in the morning, cool at night, and warm during the day. I'll take that. But not like gross, like the stuff that Key's talking about that's coming.
So Deborah, you might know the answer, you might not. Maybe stay tuned or vote in our pulse poll.
Yeah, we can't tell you what it is yet.
Yeah. What did you think it was when you first saw it?
I at first thought it was a shark, but then I looked at it and it had like
the tusk thing.
A weird, yeah.
I thought it was a normal.
The tail was weird, and I'm like, okay, I don't
Yeah.
think that qualifies as a shark. So
Right.
I actually haven't followed up, and I don't know what it
okay.
was.
I won't
so
tell you.
I'm gonna find out.
Can I tell you what sound it made me make when I first saw it? Were you here when I first saw it?
No, but I heard everybody else screaming.
I went like this. This is the sound I make. I say, ooh. That's literally what I did.
Do that again.
Ooh. I can't really
the
do it.
first one was better.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's got to be genuine. It's got to be genuine. I have to think about the first time I saw the image to do the sound correctly.
Deborah, what are you clicking on? Because it should work if you click on the Pulse tab. If it's, I don't know if you're on your phone or if on your on the computer, but it should work. Jackie was there. Jackie, could you smell it?
Yeah,
I mean,
we heard a lot about the
heard
smells.
that it was not the most pleasant of odors when your day at the beach happened. So I'm happy that I don't know.
We talk about
Pauline's gotta
dogs and
get
leaving
this.
the house here.
What do we have? Oh, good.
Yeah.
I can relate to that.
I'm confused. So I go on this side? Other way? Okay. Sorry.
You guys have anything to wipe on? Like wipe on? All the pieces of paper on my desk.
All right, most dogs just whine or bark to keep their humans from leaving in the morning, but this golden retriever knew what he was doing. He stole his owner's keys. The Today Show posted the video. It is absolutely adorable.
Do you get those puppy dog eyes as you walk out the door?
My husky, who's the bane of my existence, and yet I love her, she walks me to the door, kind of looks at me, and then I'm like, I gotta go, and she'll try to escape, so I have to like scooch out where she can't get out. So yeah, but she does. The other three are sleeping when I leave, so they don't even know I'm gone. So.
Oh, late snoozers.
So there's that. Yeah.
You're lucky there. I got 2 puppies, so they're up at the crack of dawn. Okay, here's something else to smile about today. A little boy and the next door neighbor's dog playing fetch through the fence. This was posted by a photojournalist at our sister station in Minneapolis.
Okay, 2 stories to make you smile. Here's something that was not making many people smile today, at least that's what you were saying on social media. You gotta check this out. This is Time's very latest in their provocative series of cover shots. It's a blend of Vladimir Putin and President Donald Trump's faces with the title Summit Crisis. The artist who created the image actually helped the develop and the technique that the FBI uses to age photos of missing people. She wanted the image to make Americans stop and think about the similarities between the 2 leaders.
On our Facebook page, Polly says this plays tricks with her mind, freaky, but Mark says the bias continues. There is not a real crisis, it's just made up. Joy agrees, saying Time has lost all credibility.
All right, check out our Facebook Live or YouTube Live feeds right now. Let us know what you think about that cover. Is it too much? Do you think it's art reflecting life? We do want to know what you think, so leave us a comment. And as we always ask when it comes to any topics of potential controversy, just be respectful of everybody's opinion. We love respectful people, don't we?
Yes, we do.
All righty. How many of you out there have tried a toning workout? Clearly not me. What if we told you that toning is a lie?
I'd be disappointed. But before Keith Carson ruins your Fitspo, he will have the full forecast. That's next. This tablet completely
is it gone?
done.
I quickly put my phone on the airplane because I'm like...
The smell was horrible. My son got sick. Yeah, sorry, Jackie. We heard a lot of that.
Is there like a screen lock on these things?
What did you do? Oh, Marge. Oh, Marge. Lindsay broke the surface.
Yep. It won't let me do anything to it. And it has our scripts on it, which is why I keep that thing on a tight leash. How'd you get it to turn off? I feel like I did a screen lock or something.
We have that?
I don't know, but like it won't let us do anything to the screens. It was working just fine earlier.
Supers.
Deborah says, I'm glad my dog is not that smart. Tabitha says, I don't think the magazine was being respectful.
Yeah. After all that time, and I was like, if you and me had a baby, that's what it took me.
Okay. How weird is this?
What did you do?
Nothing. I was reading scripts.
You want me to just kind of walk backwards like a...
Who do I tell if I have a tablet issue? Guys, I broke it.
Can't even shut it down.
Like one of these bad Larrys.
Can't even shut us down. Down.
Okay.
Oh, no. Guys, I can't communicate with you because I don't have my...
Oh, just come over here. Take mine.
That means we have some Game of Thrones fans. Those White Walkers are nothing to mess with.
Did we find... Tabitha, I would love to do that. Did we find out how people can get onto the CMP lawsuit? Somebody asked.
Yes, okay, so I have to fact check this. The lawyer, I'll tell you what the lawyer said today when we asked that question. He said yes, but he also said they have included all commercial and residential CMP customers on this suit. So, if you're a CMP customer, according to this lawyer, you're included in that lawsuit. However, you can call and opt out. That is what the lawyer said. I don't know if that's true, but that is what the lawyer said.
A mysterious carcass washed up on the shores of Higgins Beach in Scarborough. Honestly, what is that thing? Vote right now in today's Pulse poll. Your options are shark, whale, the basilisk from Harry Potter, or White Walker dragon from Game of Thrones. Go to pulse.newscentermaine.com to make your selection, and here is what the experts have to say.
Some blob of something had washed up on the shore.
Big blob, yeah. Big creature.
This mystery is a real beach to solve.
Yeah, it was pretty gross.
Chris Blair says they walked right up to the roughly 15-foot carcass and instantly regretted it.
Smelled like a bad hot day at a fish market, times a couple.
What did it smell like?
Death. Fish. Dead
Old
fish.
It was pretty foul.
Scarborough Public Works hauled it away.
Oh, yuck. Oh.
And buried it at the city landfill.
Its final resting area, right here.
Before anyone else's nostrils were violated by the stench.
It smelled like rotten fish.
But what the heck is this thing? Is it a shark? Is it a whale? People on the beach don't seem to know. So we took the question to shark expert at University of New England, Dr. James Sulikowski.
Well, it's definitely something big.
Yeah.
Which can be really only two things around here. One of the species of whales that we have, or a basking shark.
Dr. Sulikowski says while he can't make a definite determination without seeing it in person, the backbone suggests whale, and the fact that it washed up on shore in this beautiful pile of mush also points to whale, since blubber helps whales float.
It's something that's not unusual, and it's too bad that we didn't get to take a look at it, because those things are kind of cool to investigate.
But the marine biologist the city called in says it's a shark, weighing around 500 pounds. So shark? Whale? Shark whale? Sea monster? We may never know. So grab a souvenir.
Hopefully the smell will go away after washing it a little bit.
And you may need a bigger boat.
Makes me a little hesitant to go too far out there.
A lot of people very interested in what this might be. Now, obviously, the town had to get rid of it quickly in order to keep everybody at the beach safe. Dr. Sulikowski says he hopes to get a better look at some of the photos so that he can identify what exactly it is.
Well, some of the people watching us on our Facebook feed right now said they were at the beach today and that the smell was unbelievable. In fact, Jackie says her son got sick because the smell was so bad.
That doesn't surprise me one bit.
Did you shower after that story? Because I'm just saying.
You are all very lucky that this is not smell-o-vision. Yeah.
But yeah, well, thank you, sir.
Hey, let's check in with the polls results right now. So 58% of you saying shark, 25% of you saying whale, 0% think it is a Harry Potter creature, and about 17 saying a White Walker dragon from Game of Thrones.
There you go.
I'm going with whale. I thought that was a good explanation as to why that should be a whale, so I'm voting whale. I don't know if we're ever going to know.
We'll see these two scientists duke it out.
I'm going with whale.
I love it.
Oh, wait a second. No, forget it. That's different. Okay. Sharks are in the headlines a scary amount, it seems, this week. Yesterday, 2 children were bitten off of New York's Fire Island just a few minutes apart. The 12-year-old boy, the 16-year-old girl, each had minor leg injuries, or as minor as a shark bite can be. Both were awake, though, and they were talking.
That's good news there. And then again on Friday, 2 people bitten by sharks just minutes apart. This time it happened in Florida. America has the largest number of shark attacks, with 50 so far this year, but still you are more likely to be smushed to death by a vending machine than be attacked by a shark.
So all this talk of shark attacks and dead sea creature carcasses must make you super hungry right now. Woo, who wants some? Well, it's a great time to talk about the Yarmouth Clam Festival, where they actually do have amazing food. It kicks off tomorrow. Lindsay and I will be right there with you in the thick of it, getting ready to watch the highly anticipated parade. So come on out and hang with us. We'll be just off of Main Street on the corner. You'll see us, big truck. Come on over and say hello.
And hopefully, Keith, you can just work your weather magic and make it a beautiful day.
We made this call a while ago, but it looks good on Friday.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm glad we added the statistical chance of getting attacked by a shark, although I find it creepy myself, even though I know it's...
Is that accurate about the vending machine?
Yeah, I know it's extremely rare, but I will say that whenever I've surfed, I attempt it. I'm not very good at it. Just having my feet dangling into the deep blue, there is something about that, right?
Yeah.
Logical or not. All right, and I don't know what that thing was. I guess it was...
I wondered if we got that from you.
Shark, whale, humanly, whatever. I don't know. Lee, I texted you a picture of our 2 faces together so you can make it your wallpaper. Yeah, that's your work phone, I think. All right, nice, beautiful day out there, dry, and again, as I mentioned before, 10 out of 10, right? It's hard to get much better than today. Temperature still in the mid-70s, some low 80s in Freiburg, but very comfortable as the evening progresses. Temperatures will drop into the 50s eventually. Dew points in the 40s, so when it's clear and it's dry, those are 2 mechanisms that allow a lot of radiational cooling overnight. So that's why we'll see those temperatures drop quite a bit. Last night we did see a few isolated 30s over northern Maine. Hour by hour forecast, clear tonight again. Temperatures drop into the 40s pretty easily in the mountains in northern Maine. 50s closer to the coastline. And there's nothing wrong with our computer model. Again, there's just no cloud cover projected at all with the mid or low levels, so nothing going on. Friday's great. Saturday looks good as well. Maybe we start with a little bit of fog on Saturday, and then Saturday evening we start clouding up, and then the rain arrives on Sunday. This is a clear-cut winner here over the weekend. Saturday is the better of the 2 weekend days. We're still going to be in that tropical pattern, it looks like, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, perhaps into Thursday of next week. The only nuances here are how far west this high pressure can build. If it builds a little bit farther west, then maybe down east Maine has slightly nicer weather than, say, central and western Maine, but I think most of us will be humid with a chance of showers and thunderstorms straight through. My guess is by the end of next week, the drought will no longer be a problem because we're looking at several days of rain chances, not several days of straight rain, but just enough that it should help us quite a bit. And you can see it. I put Tuesday as slightly better because we're going to be in between waves of moisture there. The rest of the days are, as I mentioned, not your favorite Floridian day is the way to look at it, with showers and thunderstorms popping up, but there'll be some muggy sunshine in between. You know what's interesting about a pattern like next week? On average, it will pull our July average up. You may not feel like we're the 4th of July and all that, but the overnight lows are so warm. So you may be 80 over 68. And the average of that is higher than if you get to 90 and drop down to the 50s. So just a little math game
that's
there.
a lot of math. Okay.
A lot of math game.
Yeah. Translation, open the windows, turn on the AC at night, do something.
Right.
Exactly.
There you go.
All right, checking in with Amanda Hill, who has a lot more coming up on News Center Maine at 5:30. Hey, Amanda.
Hi, Lee and Lindsay. A father pleading for a pardon after he was deported to Haiti for a decades-old felony charge. He wants another chance to live here in Maine with his family. The mission to Mars may soon be a go, and this young lady is determined to be on board. Those stories and much more straight ahead. Back to you.
All right, thank you, my friend. Okay, when we come back, if you would like to see Keith Carson do his very best impression of a gym meathead, and who doesn't, stick around, because in Brain Drops, we will target the myth that is toning exercises. All right. J-Bar wants to know if you're going to wear short shorts to the Clam Festival.
Oh, this is so much better. Yeah,
Wait, Liam, I want to see.
We should have gone to the app to begin with.
Oh my gosh. Wait, you got to show our viewers that.
We were trying to do that. We were scrambling. We didn't have enough time.
You got to show our viewers.
Linda, we're glad you like to watch the news on your phone. We like to bring it to your phone, so that is awesome.
That is cool.
Paul wants to know why they buried it in a landfill. Was there any, nowhere else to put it, or
My understanding, Paul, is that it is the only place capable of disposing of something of that size in a way that's the most safe biologically for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that was one of the big concerns when they had it laying on the beach. Because I was talking to Dr. Sulikowski about this. I'm like, man, wouldn't you have liked to see that in person?
Yeah.
You would have gone to investigate it. You would have probably had a better chance of knowing what it actually was. And he's like, yes, I would have, but for the safety of all the people on the beach, you got to get that thing out of there.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a safety concern.
Oh yeah. It's decomposing. It's dying. It could
Yeah.
have, bacteria, bugs eating it, all that kind of stuff. So obviously, you need to get that thing off the beach.
Do the pictures do it justice with how big that thing is?
Most people, I didn't get to see it because I was already underground by the time I got to the landfill. But everybody's description of the smell was pretty spot on.
Yeah, yeah. We had something wash up at the beach we go to as a family in the summer, and it was pretty big. It wasn't as big, but I remember every day returning to just see it decomposing a little more and a little more. And you think I would have maybe taken up a career in science after a summer like that.
Yeah, 3 minutes.
But no.
Right on.
Yeah. Hey, Judy, thank you, and it was awesome to be there. So I'm assuming you were there, and I'm glad because it was a great, great weekend.
Oh, man.
Oh, does this one belong downstairs? I think this is the, this doesn't look like ours.
I'm going down right now.
Yeah, thank you. All right, Meathead, let's check it out.
Let's do it.
Make sure the light comes on when you plug that in there, Sparky.
Okay.
Idiot know about muscle. But don't worry, I brought some friends. See, contrary to popular belief, whether you train like this or like this, there's only one way to impact the muscles on your body.
When you're working out, especially when you're working out hard, each time you do that, you're creating little tiny tears in the muscles. So at the end of a workout, you're actually weaker than you were before. But in the 24, 48 hours after a hard workout, as your body is repairing the muscle, it's that repairing process that makes you stronger.
So, much like a Kelly Clarkson song, being torn apart only makes them stronger. Those muscles can't be fine-tuned or shaped by toning exercises. It's a physical impossibility. They can be ripped and rebuilt stronger. So what's the tone look people talk about?
You're talking about somebody's, upper arms or their abs, for instance. You're talking about somebody who's kind of taken the effort to build the muscle, but they've also kind of made lifestyle changes, dietary choices that have kind of removed or minimized the overlying fat.
So if the goal is to build muscle, lifting relatively heavy weights to failure seems to make sense. But many women and some men are afraid of getting too bulky. Doc, what do you got to say?
I can't remember the last time I had a female patient or somebody that I've known socially who has said, oh, I train too much, I train too heavy, I'm too big.
Okay, fair enough. But our trainer, Kelly, is pretty jacked, isn't she?
You will not lift a heavy weight and develop a huge muscle. It takes a lot of repetitions over time, over years, to develop that of what you see.
So in summary, specific toning exercises don't exist. You can build muscle and lose fat. That gives the appearance we call toned, a word that works as an adjective but not a verb. But why does it even matter?
Toning has been given to women as marketing to sell products or programs or nutrition plans forever. And I have a big problem with that because it's very deceptive. People have great intentions when they start movement and they put a lot of work into it, and they're misled by that marketing. And it's time the industry changes and explains to women that it's a lot of work, but it's worth it.
There you go. So my solution is I'm neither toned nor jacked. So I just split the middle there. But I thought that was interesting. It's nomenclature at the end of the day, but I think the point is that you can go and you can lift weights, and very few people genetically are going to get accidentally huge. For example, like I said, I'm 165 pounds. I lift weights 4 days a week. I'm just never going to be, unless I take steroids or something like that, which I do not encourage, I'm just never going to be that guy, and most people are.
Someday I want to have the conversation, though, about the muscles you develop by sport, because I feel like certain people develop certain muscles depending on the sport they've played their whole lives.
For sure.
Example, ice hockey.
Yeah, sure, and even like baseball, if you're a catcher and you're crouching the entire time, you get these giant calf muscles because that's just kind of what you're
still tearing the muscle. I think that's the bottom line. It's just a different way of doing it. It's like the repetition, or you're holding something. Or you know how electricians can do this for 15 minutes and I couldn't. Like your muscles adapt. The end game, though, is you're hurting the muscle and it's rebuilding itself into that. So the difference between bulky and toned is simply how much fat do you have over it.
And that's probably in the kitchen, not in the gym where you get at that.
Right, which a news center is a great place to work for the kitchen.
Exactly.
I was fascinated by the fact that you break the muscle and then it doesn't get bigger until a couple days later.
That's what we do with you. We break you down and then build you up. News Enemy at 5:30 starts right now. All right. Bye, everybody.
Where are you guys?
Bye.